Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. And this is the New World Podcast, brother. It's NXT. We talking about December 26th, 2023. Vic Joseph, Booker T on commentary, and it's award night. That's right, award night. This is the last NXT of 2023. It's been one hell of a ride. We started off with Chase U versus OTM, Out the Mud, Bronco Nima, Lucian Price, or a.k.a. the Grand Theft Auto Boys with scripts. Chase had, Andrew Chase had everything on the line in this match with Duke. And if he lost to OTM, if they lost, OTM gets a tag team shot against the family. And Chase's debt is still there. Or it doubles or something of that nature. Either way, the debt was supposed to be erased, but they lost. And the family watched on. And yeah, OTM, they're just two big dudes. I don't see anything special about them, honestly. I don't want to be mean or anything when it comes to that sort of thing, but I just don't see anything. I'm just like, okay, scripts, I see more with Chase U because they have more personality. You got Duke and everything like that, but we'll see how this plays out when they go against the family. And then we have the tag team of the years, the Creed brothers. I can agree to this. 100%, this award right here. Female Star of the Year, my girl Tiffany. I was like, hell yeah. Male Star of the Year is Ilya Dragunov. I'm like, yes, these three picks I agree with 100%. After really dipping my whole body into the NXT pool, really just this whole year. And we got Trick Mello backstage. Mello tells Trick, like, hey, we gonna, what are we gonna do? Blah, blah. And Trick has this thing like, yeah, I'm probably gonna tell him to postpone the match because I want Ilya at his best. Mello's like, no, don't do that, dummy. Don't do that. Because he's like, man, he goes, think of all the greats. Do they think of who they beat, whatnot? And they're going to say 5 years from now, they'll be like, yeah, I remember when Trick Williams won the championship, but Ilya Dragunov was only at like 2%. No, they're going to remember that Trick Williams became champion, and Trick is like, all right. So, he's thinking on it. We have the Heritage Cup, Noam Dar versus Josh Briggs. Noam Dar retains. It's okay. I've stated before, I'm not really big on the Heritage Cup rounds thing, the concept and everything like that. Fun segment right here. Axiom and Nathan Frazier are backstage. They're talking. They're sitting in the bar area, I call it. And Nathan's like, yeah, I wanted to be a male star of the year, but no, Tiffany, Creed Bros makes sense. Like, yeah, but Axiom. And then Nathan's like, at least it isn't that Braun Breaker, the spear and all that. He's going off about Braun, and of course, Braun's right behind him. And as he's talking, Axiom stops, and Nathan goes, "Yeah, blah blah blah. He's right behind me, isn't he?" He turns around. They get face to face. This sets up the match for later on in tonight. And after Braun walks off, Nathan's like, "You could have gave me a heads up." And Axiom goes, "I was winking at you." Or the joke of it is Axiom has that mascot, and Nathan's like, "What?" Great stuff, man. Just great stuff right here. Cora Jade versus Carmen Petrovic. Cora Jade for the win. We got to rebuild her back up, and now she has Gigi coming after her because Gigi comes out. Cora Jade was about to knock out Carmen a little bit more, but here comes Gigi Dolan. I want to see these two. I want to see these two go at it because I'm a big fan of Cora Jade, and I've become a big fan of Gigi Dolan. So, men's breakout tournament, Lexis King versus Riley Osborne. Bear Hill comes out sitting on the chair looking like my uncle with the leather jacket and whatnot. And, it looks like a little Bear Hill is here, but causes Lexis King, to lose to Riley Osborne. Riley Osborne's moving to the finals next week, and Lexis King and Bear Hill, they have a feud that's going to go on, and Bear Hill comes on that chair swinging it around, saying, "Let's go, Dan!" And Lexis King takes off. So Match of the year, Mello and Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov at No Mercy. I don't know about that. Like, I was kind of like, it was a good match. That was one hell of a match. I went back and looked at my notes. But the match of the year, well, if you're going to just say NXT, but man, Tiffany and Becky had one hell of a match. Yeah, I got to say the trilogy with these two, they really were solid, and that match in No Mercy was good, but I don't know. Like, there was just so much good stuff going on this year that I was like, okay. Moment of the year is The Undertaker coming back. After Braun Breaker's like, I'm the baddest here, then here comes Taker. I'm a cowboy. Scooby-Doo. So, so that was a cool moment, and him and him and Carmelo Hayes shared that moment with the fist in the air. Cool stuff, man. Ava's backstage, got a little bit of a kind of an update about Ilya Dragunov. Says Ilya's on his way, and he'll go face-to-face with Trick, and then we'll find out if the match is going to be pushed back or not. Braun Breaker versus Nathan Frazier. Awesome match. I really like the finish with the spear and everything like that. Nathan Frazier tried his hardest, but Braun Breaker came in and broke Nathan Frazier right in the ribs. But Baron's watching on. What does that mean? Does Baron want to start something with Braun Breaker, or does he want to join Braun Breaker? That's my thing. Maybe a new tag team is in development here. So Gulak is doing a promo with his no quarter catch crew. I really don't like that name. They're all, the best thing about this is Kemp and Charlie, like all four of them, they're like walking around. Yeah. You see us? We're gonna all yeah. So the moving around and stuff like that is each one going to the camera to say something and whatnot. But they're challenging the LWO and Dragon Lee to a 3-on-3 match next week. So just this no quarter catch crew thing is just I don't know. Josh is backstage after losing to Noam Dar. Fallon and Brooks comes up, and Brooks is like, hey, man, we could have been out there. Josh is like, yeah. He goes, and poor Brooks was like, you know what? I need to find my own way. Fallon, you need to find your way. Go take on Tiffany Stratton next week. Go slap her silly, whatever you need to do. Go take her on. It tells Josh, like, hey, you need to do your thing. Because one more time, guys. And they all put their fists together. Fallon leaves first. Josh leaves second. And there's Brooks by himself. The group has broken up. For how long? I don't know. But it was a little bit of a sad moment just because I finally was like resonating and getting to understand this group as we're going on. But hey, we got to evolve, right? It's 2024. We got to evolve. Ava's backstage was Ariana Grace. Ariana Grace is like, hey, you need to get Roxanne under control. You need to get her anger management. You need to get her something. And Ava's like, yeah. Next week, you and Roxanne Perez in a match. And Ariana's like, oh, well, shit. Lyra, Valkyria, and Blair Davenport backstage, face-to-face, sitting in the chairs. The interviewer in the middle. It's going to be heated. It's going to be a really banging of a match next week for that championship. I'm really hoping Blair wins. It's just because I really do like Blair Davenport. Like, she had the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge match that she won, and I just think Blair's a badass. But I don't think Lyra's not losing that championship anytime soon. She still has Lola Vice out there that wants the title, So there's so many possibilities. But I don't think Lyra's losing that anytime soon. I was, as much as I'm rooting for Blair, I don't think she's going to win, but I think we're going to get a good match between these two. Then next up, we have Oba Femi and Tavion Heights going on, and this is the semifinals for the men's breakout tournament. Oba Femi wins, so now we're going to have Riley, who comes out. Riley Osborne, they go face-to-face because they're going to face each other at New Year's Evil, and the winner gets a contract, and that contract will be for the championship. I'm looking at these two. I'm like, I think Riley's going to go all the way now. I really thought Lexus King was, but he's got Bear Hill to worry about. So we have Ilya Dragunov. He's in the parking lot. They get in his face, and they ask him, like, hey, so is the match canceled, whatever? And he's like, I got to find Trick, and just walks off. We got two Joes going at it. Joe Coffey with Gallus, and Joe Gacy with no one, but losing his damn mind. And he won the match. I was like, holy shit. Okay. You know, he's going bonkers. He's going bananas. He needs a cup of Joe. Joe? Because he fought Joe. Joe fought Joe. And now they need cups of Joe after getting a banger of a match. I thought it was fun for what it was. The LWO's backstage, Dragon Lee, and they respond to the challenge to the no quarter catch crew. They're like, yeah, we got you. Then Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez comes up. Lola Vice looks like she wants nothing to do with this segment whatsoever. Elektra Lopez is like, yeah, look at all of us. We're reunion, we are family. And Lola Vice is like, don't get near me. But her whole time she's like, NXT Underground, a concept I thought was going to be stupid when they first talked about it. It was Kemp and Eddie Thorpe. This has become Eddie Thorpe's thing, apparently. But we have another one. It's him and Dijak, and you talk about a match that the concept was so silly, spawned and birthed from Shane McMahon and the whole COVID era in 2020. This thing, you know, they needed something, and Triple H, Shawn Michaels took it and made it awesome. And these two beat the crap out of each other like I thought they would, outside the ring, inside the ring, and ending it with Dijak going through the table and Eddie Thorpe, because the only way to win is a TKO, you know, and yeah. So great. This was my match of the night. Next to the Braun Breaker and Nathan Frazier match. I really enjoy this concept of the NXT Underground. Don't overuse it. Use it when you need to. And the fact that these two ended the show. And as a Native American myself, I thought it was pretty cool with the representation of Eddie Thorpe up there, getting a main event spot and beating Dijak once and for all. And I think this is the end of that. What's next for Eddie Thorpe? What is next, indeed? That is the big question mark going into 2024. I want to see Dijak move up to the main roster. So we'll see. Royal Rumble is like a month away. Ilya Dragunov and Trick Williams are in this really cinematic scene. They're in the room. Dragunov has that neck brace on after what happened. Nothing from Ridge. I was waiting for, like, I think he's going to explain himself next week. What is there explaining? You got hurt. Okay. Very cinematic scene. Ilya Dragunov slowly, like a gangster, says, you or nobody can take me out. The match is still on next week. Takes that neck brace off, throws it, kind of cracks his neck a little. They both stand up, eye to eye, and they shake hands, and we have our main event for New Year's Evil. Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams. I'm hoping. No, it's like, this is hard because I love these two. It's like Ilya Dragunov retaining, awesome. Trick Williams winning, awesome. So maybe leaning more towards that because he has been on the roll and the uprise like no other. So I don't know who I'm pulling for, but I'm hoping for one hell of a match and one hell of a main event. But this thing was really cool, very cinematic, and it is confirmed that Ilya Dragunov will face Trick Williams next week. Also, too, I reported that Punk wrestled his first match for WWE at Madison Square Garden at a live event, special live event. He beat Dominic Mysterio, and then you can see the videos where he shows up. And I was like, I wish we could watch these, man. I will pay the extra $5 Peacock Premium Peacock to see these live shows. But I understand why they don't show them. But, they record them. WWE is all about recording every moment that you can. So hopefully we get highlights from that match. That would be cool to see how Punk looks. He walked out with some confidence because he walked in that background and says, yeah, best in the world's back, baby, after beating Dom in Madison Square Garden. And that's it. That's all. This is the final actual show of wrestling matches and storylines of the year for WWE. That's crazy. And I know we got SmackDown, but SmackDown is going to be a 2023 best of show. We're going to get a bunch of matches like we did for Raw, but this is crazy. This is it. And they got Dynamite up next, and Rampage, probably Rampage/Collision like they did last time. We got World's End, and yeah, this is one hell of a year, folks. Tell me what you thought of the show. I give the show a solid 4 out of 5. Nothing really was like, but except for the things that went, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Fun show. That's it. That's all. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Hit that like. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Hit that like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. And remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I think of no reason for the New World Podcast to be forgot. And it's for life.
All right, so the desk is clear. And Dijak, like a cannonball, flying through the air, wiping out